Thank you for joining us on Strength in Your Walk. I'm Jim Kallam. We're coming to you from the Daniel Stowe Botanical Gardens. You know, one of the things that this last year and a half of the pandemic has taught us is some words that we really are ready to no longer hear anymore. Words like shelter in place, words like quarantine, isolate. And they're hard words, not only because of the reality that's going on in the world around us, they're hard words, I believe, because they violate the very way that God created us and designed us. He created us for community. He designed us for community. And that's one of the things that has been taken from us. I think about churches all over this country, all over the world, that could no longer meet in person and are just starting maybe to come back and meet in person. But even when they come back and meet in person, people are wearing masks and you can't even see half of someone's face. That's hard. Oh, God's Word can still go out, and we have the beauties of technology that we're using here today. And I'm grateful for technology, and I'm grateful for those things that we can do. But nothing takes the place of being in community. That is how God designed us. And when we think about being designed in the image of God, there's a lot of things that people can say, well, it means this, and it means that, and it means this. But one of the things that I think gets overlooked so many times is the design for community. Why? Because He's a triune God. Father, Son, and Spirit live in perfect harmony and perfect community. They have for all of eternity, and they will for all of eternity. The author of Hebrews says in that powerful book, "Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for He who promised is faithful. And let us consider how to stir one another to love and good works." That's what we do in each other's lives. We think really hard about how we can stir the life of Christ in another person. But the next verse is this: "Don't neglect meeting together, as is the habit of some, but encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day coming." Don't neglect meeting together. And I don't think that's just a formal church service. That could be 2 or 3 or 4, a half a dozen believers who gather together. Why? Because they have the ability to instill in each other and stir in each other the life of Christ. As you wrestle through life going back to maybe the way it once was, or maybe it never will, what I long for you to realize is this: that you have a powerful role in the lives of other people. You, not a pastor, not a formal clergyman, but you have the ability to stir in the life of another human being, in the life of another follower of Jesus, the very life of Christ, to love and to good deeds. Don't forsake getting together with other believers, because it's in that power of community that God longs for us to be with one another. My hope and my prayer, as you are able to go back to church, to your church, or maybe you're looking for a church, that you find a church where believers can come together and encourage one another, in particular in the days that we face right now. Thank you for joining us today on Strength in Your Walk.